This is for the championship. God bless you both. Sparks, go to your corner.
Well, he's fought a few times outside of this, and the most experienced guy that he took on, a guy called Josef Nagy, a cruiserweight from Hungary. And he had a 28-fight winning career. He lost 13, but he'd hit him with a few decent names over the years. So that's as high up the scale as he's been. But who knows where he's going to be going after this? Because you would imagine, really, that he's got the talent to go off and at least try something else apart from appearing in this competition. He took on a guy called Marco Angerman in October and took him out in 2 rounds. So the future's looking quite rosy for Briedis, but he isn't young anymore. He's 27. He operates as a cruiserweight. Now Aurieng doesn't need to be backed into corners. Is he going to be able to slip in and out of the way, launch these lightning little attacks, unload 3, 4, 5 shots, and then get out? And how can Briedis deal with the southpaw? He's not had to deal with one of those tonight.
Yeah, what's important for Aurieng here is he's got to be very accurate with his jab. He can't afford to miss the target here against Briedis, who's on the front foot, and he's counter-punching on the front foot, so he wants to draw the lead of Aurieng and then land his own counter, especially with that right hand, and that's why he keeps edging up to him, you see. He's actually trying to draw the lead of Aurieng, so he's got to make sure, the Frenchman here, when he lands the shot, that he actually hits the target.
Well, that was the first tonight, because again, he's gone to the body, like he did with Lazaridis. He manages to switch from body to head. That's a great right hand, that, from Briedis. And again, Aurieng is showing a real ability to actually take a punch, but he looked over at his corner rather anxiously there after he took that one.
Yeah, very, very clever indeed, and very clever tactics here from Briedis. What he's actually doing now, Tim, he's counter-attacking, so as he's coming forward, he's waiting for his opponent to throw the shot, and he's beating him to the punch. So, risky tactics indeed, but he knows he's got to get close to him. And if Aurieng just hesitates a little bit, then he's beaten to that shot. Clever tactics from Briedis on the front foot.
Just a 10-fight novice as a professional boxer, Aurieng. And he's acquitted himself well, but this is the biggest ask. But there's a big $15,000 check at the end of this for the winner here. The rest sharing the remainder of the $30,000 prize fund for tonight.
Yeah, maybe for the first time tonight as well, Aurieng. He's just being pushed around the ring a little bit too easily. He's losing centre. That's better. Now he should stay there in the centre of the ring. He keeps on going back. If he goes back to the ropes, gets caught there with a shot.
He came back with one of his own, a left hand of his own there, little chopping left hand.
You've got to box to your style. That was a good round. That was a close round.
Briedis do enough?
Yeah, maybe just sneaked it there. But I was impressed with Aurieng towards the end of the round, but I don't think he did enough to win it. Briedis there, that right hand to the body. That wasn't a bad shot at all from the local man. And again, and he moves out of range also. There's that counter-attacking move there. Just beat his opponent to the shot. And that's a bad position to be on the ropes there. Aurieng has got to move. But towards the end of the round, he had a little bit of success. Came back with his own 2 or 3 straight shots there. But I just think this man just edged that round.
Round 2 then of the 3. Unless, of course, they are level after 3 when we would go to an extra round. Aurieng of France in the purple trunks, Briedis Latvia in the white. Little to choose between the two, but Briedis caught up with Lazaridis in the second round, and how.
Yeah, well, I think it's important now, Tim, is an increase in tempo from Briedis. He just probably waited a little bit too long in that first round. It was a little bit too close for comfort, so I think he's got to work at a higher tempo here.
He was looking for the shot to the body to tee up the right hand, and that is, you said it already, he's got to be careful when he throws that left as Aurieng, because the right hand of Briedis is just primed to fly in behind it.
See, that's what he's got to do here, Aurieng. Just keep that jab going out. Just adjust the feet and bring Briedis onto the shot. And again, if the pace is slower, it will suit the Frenchman.
Well, he's kept on the move literally for 9 rounds, or he will do by the end of this fight if he survives it. But he's not been afraid to mix it, as Aurieng, we thought he might be found out in the fight against Mazakin, but he took some good shots in there and he prevailed. It's not been long to actually recover. He's fought more than Briedis in this evening so far.
I think he's boxing fairly well in this round, Aurieng. Better, straighter punches from him. Briedis again, he's just waiting a little bit too long. You feel the more dangerous shots are going to come from him, but just waiting too long and getting picked off. Better from Aurieng.
Crowd beginning to get behind the home man. Not seen too much work from Briedis to the body yet. He was switching well in the fight against Lazaridis. Primarily going upstairs in this attack, in this round.
Yeah, well, he just threw a jab there, did Briedis, but up until then, he's gone right-hand mad here. He's trying to land that shot every time. Just neglected his left hand, his lead hand a little bit too much in this round. That's better, that's a better shot.
Briedis trying to just egg his man on. Walks in with that right hand, then does, or unloads a couple to the body. This is where Lazaridis got into trouble, but Aurieng is not going to be pushed about and dictated to. He stood his ground then. I think Briedis has been, as have the others, rather surprised with what they're facing with this guy.
Well, that would have been a hard round to score. I actually thought Aurieng did the better work. For a good 2 minutes of the round, I thought Aurieng did things very well. But towards the end of the round there, the last minute or so, gets caught with a couple of good shots here and then backed up onto the ropes. And that will always impress the judges. That last 20 or 30 seconds are crucial in a round. And Briedis went on the front foot, caught his man with some good shots towards the end. So, difficult one to score. But I'm going to make it interesting. I think maybe 1 round apiece, and it's all on this last round.
Third and final round then of the night in Bigger's Better 2012. Could be interesting. What can Aurieng do in this round? Can he continue to deny Briedis, or will Briedis catch up with his man?
I think Aurieng is boxing very well behind that jab. He's just got to put more shots. Better quality work again from Briedis.
Well, there's no knockdown there. Briedis trying to muscle his man and just manoeuvre him into the position he wanted him to be, but Aurieng again having none of that. He doesn't want to be sat in the corner, though.
And that one right hand, Tim, will impress the judges much more than the 4 or 5 jabs that was before that from Aurieng. What Briedis has got to start doing now, after he's landed that right hand, he's got to finish on the left hook. Either left hook to the head or left hook to the body. Just got to create the gap to throw that shot.
Briedis having the better of the opening minute of this third and final round.
Yeah.
Aurieng is seeing it slip away from him at the moment. He needs to recover.
And again, Briedis just throwing a few more punches now, and he's up the tempo slightly. And Aurieng, he's just struggling to keep his man at bay. He's allowing him to close the gap down. It's important that Aurieng works on the inside and tries to match his opponent, which he's not doing at this stage.
Briedis is, though, finding this guy as difficult to deal with as everybody else. He slipped with his foot out the ring there.
And see, Tim, there's nothing in that situation there, but with Briedis coming forward, it looks better.
Looks better, yeah.
It looks more impressive than Aurieng's boxing well on the back foot, but because Briedis is coming forward and it's nip and tuck, then, in my opinion, they'll probably favour him.
Good uppercut there, minute to go.
Again, good boxing from Aurieng. On that back foot, boxing very well, bringing that left uppercut through as well. Should finish on the right hook after he's thrown that shot.
Again, he's been on the hunt. He's been pressing forward. He's been fighting on the front foot for the 3 rounds. It would be difficult to imagine this decision going against him, regardless of the good work that Aurieng has put in. Inside half a minute to go now.
It's just the odd single shot here and there from Briedis that's catching the judge's eye. But Aurieng again, I think he's boxed superbly well. Good tactics, boxing at range.
Still plenty of movement from Aurieng. He's still ducking a lot of those shots, and we're just about at the end. Indeed, there it is. And he is sure that he's done enough, and I think the crowd inside are in general agreement, and I don't think you would argue, really.
Yeah, it's a close one, though, isn't it? You know, if you imagine if this contest was in France, where Aurieng is from, you know,
Yeah,
and it'd be all his crowd, and the crowd's going wild every time he lands a shot, and it's a different contest, isn't it? So,
but then judges, I mean, we know that, but then judges should be over and above all of that,
there
shouldn't
should
they, really?
be, yeah, but well, let's wait and see. It's a close one. Briedis has probably done enough to win it. But this fella, he's done really well here tonight, because again, I thought he would be out of his depth in this final. But he's raised his game again, boxed very well, sensible boxing, and was never really fazed by his opponents and showed good mental strength. So yeah, a bit of an anti-climax, if anything, in the final, but nevertheless, I thought it was a good performance from him, but Briedis, for me, has probably just got it.
So they will welcome all of the fighters back into the ring then for the decision. I don't think Steve Smoker's changed in the way he's looked for the last 30 years, has he? He's always looked
Brilliant,
like...
yeah. Good referee, very good referee.
Actually, I was wrong. The winner picks up $25,000 here tonight.
Yeah.
Which, let's be honest, for these guys, is not a shabby amount of money, is it? Huh?
It's not a shabby amount of money for me and you, I think, there, Tim.
Well, you're probably used to an extra O on yours.
Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the time for the decision. Winner by unanimous decision, and winner of BB King 2012 from Latvia, Mairis Briedis.
Well, he's got a great Christmas present there, hasn't he? An adoring crowd and a $25,000 check to go with the flag that's draped over him, and the crown, of course.
And the check.
Well, they've put on a good event here in Riga tonight. Great crowd. And he will hoist the check.